Alright, hello everybody. Today we're talking about Magic the Gathering Puzzle Quest. So, this is a match 3 game based off of the Magic the Gathering card game. And I'm going to show you a little bit about it. This is the opening screen here, the activity hub. So how it works is, before a round begins, you choose your Planeswalker, kind of like your hero. And each of these heroes has their own abilities and things that they can do. So if I have, there's 6 different types of gems in the game. At the very bottom, you'll see the mana bonuses, which counts how many, when you make a match of 3, do you get pluses or negatives to those. So white and blue give me 1 less, where the others give me more. There's also a 6th type of gem, which activates the Planeswalker's ability like Flame Shot and Scorching Strike. You can also do things in the game, like just by leveling up. It'll sometimes increase my health, or how fast I heal, or allows me to change what I can do with my deck. So there's plenty of different things like that. Now, and that's the other big part. Alright, so what do matching the gems do in this game? In a lot of those games, it's just get the highest score, get to so many points to get to the next round. In this one, you have, each of your heroes can have multiple decks, and those decks they're just based off of all of the cards you own of your hero's, color. If I can click the edit button here, which doesn't want to go. So there's tons and tons of different cards that you can have in the game. I have 18 pages of cards just for the red hero, just for the red Planeswalker Chandra. And there's tons of them. But so how it works is, I was talking about those gems and how matching them can give you pluses or negatives. So up in the corner of these cards, the top right, it'll show you a symbol and a number right below it. So like the Flare Drone has this face with a 15 below it. The face just means that it's a creature. The 15 is how much it costs. So when we look back at the Chandra hero, white matches give -1. So a match of 3 gems will only give us 2, but a match of red gives us +2. That'll actually become 5. That gets us a third of the way to Flare Drone. And Explosive Apparatus, no matter what I match, I'm playing that Explosive Apparatus and then giving some extra mana to something else. This deck. Alright, so yeah, top left shows that I have 7. My deck has 8 total slots for creatures, and I'm using 7 of them. I have 6 slots for spells, is the second one there, and I'm using none of those. I was like, wait, where are my spells? This deck doesn't have any. I forgot about that. This deck's actually based around colorless cards and supports. So that's what I focused on here. And then that's the last one, the ring with the sparkles in it. Those are supports, and I've got 3 out of the 3 I can have. So I'm going to click the green check to back out of this. Oh, and the X. I'm going to have to find a good spot for my face here. I actually meant to put in a symbol, and I didn't. But so there's tons. I mean, I said I had 18 pages for just Chandra. I have a total of 52 pages of cards. Oh, and yeah, like in Hearthstone and Disenchanting, you can also convert the duplicates to runes. Runes are how you level up your characters, make them stronger. So there's that. But yeah, so, oops, sorry. Just tons of cards to choose from. There's a nice filtering system here. I really do like it. Search by color, rarity, all sorts of things. Man, that card set 1 is gonna have to shrink once the new set comes out. Alright. But I'm gonna go through real quick, let's take a look at the shop. So a lot of these things, like if I go to Origins, they take these yellow gems right below my face, right where, yeah, I told you I needed to move it. And these gems are able to be got through gameplay, which is good. You know, I talk about how free-to-play, especially, you know, you sell convenience with cash, not power. Even these that require the purple jewels, those actually can only be acquired through game. Like the little plus next to the gems, that will let me pay cash for them. But you can just get them through the game. Also, once every 8 hours, you get a booster pack of 3 random cards from any point in the game. So, normally they're commons. I get quite a few uncommons from that. But so there's that. So this page is all about getting cards. The next page is about purchasing heroes. Normally there's about like 3 in the shop. I just bought one. And then it shows what's coming out next week at the very bottom. And then the far right one, these are all of the things you can buy with cash right now. So I actually like the way that the shop is set up. Very similar to how Hearthstone's is, how there's cards on one, heroes on the other, and expansions on the third, except for this one is just cash. Whatever can be bought with cash. But so with the ability to get up to 3 of these boosters each day, because they're each 8 hours apart, that's really cool. Also, back at the main activity hub, you will see a daily reward. Oh, and the wrong thing there. The daily reward. So once per day, you can come back, just tap the icon, and get whatever your prize is for the day. So next I'll get gems, then runes, and then a complete booster pack. And as long as you do it so many times per month, you get a super pack with 3 booster packs, or whatever that monthly reward is. Also from the activity hub, you can see this top row. These are about all of the fights you can do. So Breaking Points is an event, there's the story mode, and yeah, they just have a ton of events. Right below it, it's also the shop. So they kind of, promote what they've got going on. So real quick, I'm going to scroll back here, and there was this Fate is Rarely Fair event. I'm going to click Join Event, so I can discuss one more thing before I show you how the game works. Alright, so I am qualified in the silver tier. So, the tiers are rewards that you get, how good are the rewards, and that's based on your mastery. So if you see at the bottom, the black one doesn't have any thing around it, it just got this little copper ring. That's because it's so close to being mastered that first time. 94 out of 100 cards mastered. The other ones have all been mastered at least once. And what that is as you play the game, each time, let's see here, this card. Each time you play, your card will gain experience. And once it's mastered, you're considered to pretty much know the ins and outs of that card from game terms. And so it gives you mastery points. The more mastery points you have, the higher tier you get in. The higher tier you get in, the better rewards you have. It's actually kind of a great cycle. My biggest issue is that once you've built a wonderful deck, it kind of forces you to play with your worst cards. Hopefully, though, the offset of the better rewards will also mean that you collect better cards, so that cycle doesn't really hinder you too much. The other benefit is that now with the new way, you can actually hold multiple decks. So I'm going to go with this Chandra deck. We've been talking about her. So I can use this deck, I can edit this deck. So I'm just going to go ahead and click use. None of these cards are mastered, but I also haven't played this deck yet, so I won't be mastering any this round. And that is only if I win, obviously. So, here goes. Chose my hero, I chose which deck that my hero has that I want to use. And you can buy more slots for your deck, so it's a lot like how in Hearthstone you have 9 heroes and 18 deck slots. I do like that. Alright, so we'll take a look here. Nettle Drone, activate 1. What that means is that one of the gems on the board is going to start glowing. Deal 1 damage to your opponent. When you cast a colorless spell or support, or a colorless creature enters the battlefield, deal damage to your opponent. So that one's just going to bash face. When you cast a colorless spell, creature support gains +1/+0 until end of turn. That's also a face basher. And Self-Assembler is a colorless creature that when you cast it, you get the next copy of it from your deck library. So here's the board. You know, as I said, there's 6 different types of gems. Every once in a while, one of them will shine, or 2 of them will shine, showing you a good spot for you. But actually what I'm going to do is, I see these 3, I'm going to try and, yeah, those 2 white ones and the white one next to it. When this green falls, it's going to replace that white one at the bottom and line up another 3. So, just for those that don't know how haven't played match 3s before, just figured I'd show you that real quick. So, alright, I've got control of my game again. So, the white gave me -1, so that only gave me 2, but the green gave me +1, so a match of 3 would have given me 4. Oh, not that. My face needs to find a better space. I don't want to block off the board either. Oh gosh. Center. There you go. Alright. So, that one cost 8. It gave me a total of 6. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good right there. And red matches give me the most. Nettle Drone. So, that's the other part. Is once you play a card, it sits on the board waiting for what happens next. So there we go. It's activated this green gem. They're now linked. So as a creature, it sits on the board waiting to attack. And once I've done my turn, that's it. It's gonna go off and attack. I actually don't want to play that quite yet. The reason, oh yeah, you can tap the picture on it to turn it off. It means it'll still charge, but it won't play as soon as it happens. The reason I want to hold off on these is because I want to make sure that this can attack, because it only gets that boost until end of turn. Okay, so I'm going to go... I'm going to make this match here. Okay, so if they do something else, never mind. Yeah, I do like how easy it is to, swap which ones are being charged. That's quite nice. Let's go with this. Gives us 5. See? And I start hitting him in the face. So, actually really annoyed that is so far down in that corner. So how that one works is whenever it's destroyed, the opponent takes 2 damage. And it's got this little 1 on it. that's how much damage it can take. In other words, if I make a match with this card, or with this, it'll take a damage and then vanish. It's actually what I really want to have happen to it right now, so that I can blow it up, play the next one, and become stronger. Alright. He's getting a lot of stuff out, and that does not make me happy. Can I get 4? Oh, I can get 4. Can I get more than 4? No, I cannot. Alright, so I'm going to match this black here. So when you play a creature that you've already got on the field, it will add its power and toughness to the one that already has power and toughness. You're probably wondering, like, why creatures don't attack creatures. They're actually very specific abilities and creatures that do that. And currently, none of them are on the board. So that's what's going on here. Neither of us has one of the things that specifically attacks creatures. So I have oh yeah, I've been matching each match that you make. See these the ones with the little symbol here? Those are the 6th type of gem, and they however many you match will add to your loyalty bar. So I've got 20 out of, you can only hold 30 at a time. And that's what I use for the powers. Oh, sorry. So like Scorching Strike I could use to deal 3 damage. That's only going to affect its toughness, not how much it's hitting me for. So I'm actually going to hold off on that and see if I can Fireball. I'll be able to Fireball next turn. I could Scorching Strike something twice as another option. For right now, I'm just going to... Oh, I want to make this match, because that activates him. That was the one that he had the ability on. There we go. So, let us Fireball the opponent's face. Sounds good to me. Alright, so 7 plus 1, 8, plus 4 is 12. That's definitely not going to get us the win, so I don't really care what happens this turn. I am going to smash as much face as possible, though. Oh, if you match certain things up in a good pattern, the game will allow you an extra match. An extra, effectively, turn. You don't draw a card, but you do get to match another set. So I'm going to try and match this blue one. Reason being that these 2 white ones at the top, if I get another white right where this blue one is, that's a match. This black one, when I swap it, that could also be a match in this center row. Green, I have a huge chance of making just a long chain here. Like that. That was what I wanted. Alright. Yeah, next turn, unless he kills me now, next turn he's dead. And considering that I started with like 20 less life than he did, I think I did pretty good here. And this is also the first time I've used this deck. I'm still kind of figuring it out, but I do like it. And there we go. Optor Spy Network is down. So you get runes, for leveling up your characters at the end of every match. There's also, these tell you all of the different accomplishments you can get. So color challenge, beat the encounter with planeswalkers of each of the 5 colors. I've done blue, black, and red, so that's 3 out of the 5. Protector, lose 2 or less creatures during a single fight. I completed that earlier. And cast 7 or more spells during a single fight. That's not happening in this deck, as I said. It doesn't have any. It doesn't have any spells. But those last 2 award me more of the gems, which will allow me to buy more packs. They will allow me to get more heroes. So they are very important. So, 2 more things I wanted to show you. Alright, so you'll see that now the damage that I took in the last round is actually still here. It actually carries over. But if I click on her, that little timer there, 3:37, 36, that's time until she heals again. And by leveling up your character, you heal more at a time. Or you are allowed these potions. I don't know how often the potions refill, because I've already used 2 of them in the day, and your max is 3. So apparently they restore pretty fast. So that was one thing, is that damage does take over from one round to the next. So do be careful with that. You can't just bum rush everything. Oh, there's a ton. Okay, there's 16 battles in the first. There's 12. There's a ton of free-to-play solo adventure, just story mode things. And then, but that's just for the origins. That's just for the beginning section of the game. Because then there's Battle for Zendikar. And then there's also heroic mode. There's just a ton of very of solo things that can happen here. But let's go last thing to the events. The events are really going to a lot of rewards. I mean, obviously the solo mode has a ton as well, just because of how many matches there are. So they have Travel of the Plains. That means that you have to use a planeswalker of that color, so blue, I would have to use a blue planeswalker. These do take gems to enter, but the rewards are normally pretty good. Like, yeah, just for winning pretty much a single round, I get a booster pack. And then jewels are probably the most potent thing. They're what allow you to buy the highest power cards. Training grounds are free. There we go. Yeah, they're free. It's just you get the symbol is ribbon badge. So for each match you win, first match you get some runes, second more, third, and then you get more crystals. Crystals, not gems. Sorry, mana crystals. Can I click on? Oh, that's platinum tier. Silver tier. Wait. Oh, okay. So I guess these are all the same, no matter what tier you're in. And the training grounds is just you're matched up against someone online. And I should point this out. The big thing that's different between this and Hearthstone is that how it works is your decks are uploaded every time you play, and in the training grounds you're fighting a computer controlling someone else's deck. So it's a little bit odd, but very entertaining. Here's another one of the big events. So like this one, I would need to have that planeswalker specifically. I do not have them. Actually, let me go back to this one. Okay, there we go. All right. So here's a better one. All right. So this is one of the event's emergency ordinances. I had to choose a blue planeswalker, a white planeswalker, and a black planeswalker. So there's a number in the top left on each of these. That's how many times that planeswalker, or how many times, that planeswalker can be used before it has a cooldown time. So I can use Gideon 3 more times, I can use Dovin once, and Liliana, I still have 3 hours before I can use her again. But these rewards are, I know that you saw the other one that had the booster pack that cost gems to play in. This one does not. And there's also leaderboard rewards on these ones. So I am, in the 101? So I get a basic booster of 3 cards and 10 gems, as long as my rank doesn't drop. And since I plan on playing a few more rounds, I really hope it doesn't. So these events are great ways to get, like this one. This one will actually give you not only jewels and God, what are these called? Crystals. Crystals and jewels, but it also gives you a very specific, incredibly powerful card. As long as you wait. I'm down there. I'm down in the last category. Oh wait, that's what I wanted to see. Yeah, the rewards, because I've already gotten a booster pack and so many crystals from this. It's not even funny. But the rewards from these events are very potent. So I've talked about the main menu, the planeswalkers, the cards, the story, the events, the vault. I've talked about pretty much everything. So yeah, that's about it. I will be doing like I did last time with Hearthstone and talking about the different play modes, more in depth, more specifically. And there's also, like how I did Hearthstone so I could show you the Tavern Brawl, there's something that I want to show you from this that I'm probably going to write a script for, because it's, every time I think about it, it gets more in depth, more like, oh my gosh, this is something that really should be said. This is something very important. And I know there's tons of game designers who have said it. I'm not going to be the first one. I'm not breaking any new ground here. But I don't think that if there's any game designers watching, that they look at, this. Puzzle Quest, it's a take on a different game. It just tweaks 2 things, blends them together, and creates something new out of it. And that's kind of really cool. So I will be continuing to show you Magic Puzzle Quest for a while. I also have 2 more games on my phone that I could show you. And if you want any specific games, or specific videos, please, I love hearing from you guys. So just leave something in the comments, and I'll definitely whatever you guys have. So, like, share, subscribe, all sorts of self-promotion-y stuff. And I'm gonna get out of your hair now. Thank you.